Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we are talking about the Nancy Guthrie case. 84 years old, from Arizona, has been missing since February 1st, 2026. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, is this a big scam? Went down a rabbit hole that I don't normally go down, but found some very interesting things and wanted to run it past you guys and hear your thoughts on this. Y'all ready for this? We've got a lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me stand. I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cost. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
In the clutch, better tighten the pearls. Drop the cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is February 20th, 2026. It is currently 7:56 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Tonight we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case that is going on its third week now, and still no answers that we are aware of. Is law enforcement stumped, or are they just still investigating? Are they at a deadlock? Don't know. Don't know. But we have dug into the Nancy Guthrie case in a lot of different avenues. And one thing that is very interesting is we've we've heard about Nancy Guthrie refinancing her house 3 or 4 times, and it makes you wonder, like, what, why, why would you don't know someone's financial situation. Let's be honest. Um, but you would think that after having the home that she has, the life that she seemingly has, her daughters, all of that, you would think that she would be pretty well settled. But that may or may not be the case. Everything that I'm going to talk about is my opinion and my opinion only. So there's that. But one thing that does happen a lot is scams. And it happens so much in the United States that about in 2024, over $360 million was scammed just in Bitcoin cryptocurrency. And I want to show you some very interesting things that happens to people every single day. I think a lot of us have always thought a big majority of people giving their opinions on this case is that financial. Something seems to be financial. Why on God's green earth would someone harm an 84-year-old woman? And is this YouTube? It looks so different. It's YouTube. We are on YouTube. If she needed money, Savannah would have gave it to her. Maybe, maybe not. Some people won't ask. But again, if that is the truth, why refinance your house 3-4 times? You know what I mean? So a lot to talk about, and I'm going to show you guys. Before we get started, if you don't mind, we got 700 people watching already in both chats. If you guys would please hit that thumbs up button, would greatly, greatly appreciate that. And share the live out would mean so, so much to me. Thank you all so much for joining. Southern Miss Gal, good to see you, my love. Really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Little cutie cutie, good to see you, my friend. Thank you. And Jackie B, how you doing? Prayers for Nancy 1 month. Thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate you. And great making music. And my chat is freezing already. Perfect. What is up with YouTube, man? I have no idea, but we're going to get there. So just bear with me. The chat will come in all at once in just a minute. I apologize. So I have to kind of play music behind this, or otherwise it'll give me not a copyright strike, but a copyright claim. And so I've got to play it like this, but you guys are going to be being shocked when you hear this. I was like, are you kidding me? I could not believe my ears. 86-year-old woman, 86-year-old woman, you're going to see body camera and you're going to be shocked. That's all I can say. That's really all I can say. So I do kind of apologize because again, I have to edit it into my own version to keep it under copyright, under the Fair Use Act. And I slowed it down as well, just a little bit. But listen to this. Listen to this.
Savvy scammers have found a way to use them to swindle seniors out of their life savings. Allison Hall investigates.
This sweet old lady is being scammed, and she doesn't even know it.
Ma'am, can I talk to you for a second?
Please, I have to bank on the phone.
A cop tries to intervene, telling her to hang up.
This is an 86-year-old woman, and she is on body camera right here. She is standing at an ATM, not just any ATM, a cryptocurrency ATM, and she thinks she is on the phone with a bank. But she's not. No, she's not. Keep listening.
But she's not convinced she's being hoodwinked.
I'm in danger.
Okay, no, you're not, ma'am. Who is this?
I'm in danger. This is Chase Bank. She said.
No, you're not.
So, who's on the other end? Turns out he's a scammer. And for the last 2 days, police say he's been pressuring 85-year-old Fran Bates into...
This is 85-year-old Fran Bates, who, I don't know if she did lose $40,000 or almost lost $40,000. Look, she could be anybody's grandmother or anybody's mother. Anyone's. Right? Anybody's. Kind of reminds you of Nancy, doesn't she? Doesn't she kind of remind you of Nancy? Looks like a well-educated, well-put-together woman. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, Tina. Thank you so much. We appreciate that, Miss Tina. Good to see you, my love. Thank you so very much for your support. Took the pearls portable to Vegas. Girlfriend, you are an OG girl. See, we are portable. Like I always tell you, you can take us anywhere. Thank you so much, Miss Tina. Really do appreciate that, my love. Good to see you. And Jackie, very kind of you, very generous of you, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. Really, really do appreciate that, my dear. How you doing, Miss Jackie? Thank you both so incredibly much. I do appreciate you very, very much. She does remind you of Nancy, doesn't she? Right? They got my aunt last year for over $20,000. Just in cryptocurrency alone, $370 million was scammed. The number one crime against elderly is financial abuse, right? I have to slow it down, Mandy, because I have to use it under the Fair Use Act, and I have to either speed it up or slow it down and play music and transform it into fair use. So that's why it sounds a little weird.
Sending him money via this ATM.
And they kept saying, put the money in, put it in, put it in.
You see, that isn't your typical ATM. It's called a Bitcoin ATM, similar to this, but instead of withdrawing cash, you insert your money and buy Bitcoin. But the FBI says scammers are taking advantage of the machines, conning seniors into depositing their savings into Bitcoin ATMs across the country.
Yep, that's what you do. And once you enter your hard-earned cash and put it in there and hit enter, gone. There is nothing you can do about it. Nothing. And this happens to so many. And you are not, any less educated. You're not stupid. You're not anything. This happens to so many people, especially vulnerable people. Especially vulnerable people. And they will threaten. And let me tell you something. I told this, I don't know, a while back. A few years ago, more than a few years ago, probably like 8-10 years ago, I got a call, and it was my electric company. And they had said that my bill was for termination, and I had just paid my electric bill. And I knew that wasn't the truth, but it looked like their number. It looked legitimate. And I said, okay, all right, let me check that. I'll call you back. Right? Felt off because I knew I just paid it. And then I called the number back, and it went to a phone in like Nevada or California or somewhere, and it was spoofed. It was spoofed. It sounded legit. I understand how this could happen to anybody. Absolutely anybody. A friend of mine was renting a long-term apartment for several months, going out of the not out of the country, I was going to say, in Hawaii. And this has been a while back as well. I'm sure they've gotten even more sophisticated then. And they gave the address, and this was before Airbnb was as big as it is today. They swindled her out of $12,000. Looked legit. Sounded legit. Gave the address, the pictures inside, all of that. It looked like a very legitimate website. Could have told her that someone was in danger, and she went with them. Well, think about this. Now we have AI. Now, if anybody in here, you can clone anybody's voice. Anybody's voice now. There's a website that you can go to and just say a few sentences. And I can start making videos like that. I just enter what I wanted to say. I say a few sentences, or just, record it into the microphone. You could do Savannah's voice. You could do any of their voice. And it can reply to you like that. It's crazy. It's crazy now.
So where does the money go? Straight to the scammers.
It doesn't matter who you are or where you are. If you have a nickel or a dime that they think they can get, they'll go for it.
Luckily for Fran, this good Samaritan stepped in and called the police.
She said she had $23,000 on my.
And Texas Lieutenant James Stewart stopped it just in the nick of time.
Let me speak to the customer.
No, you're not going to speak to the customer anymore. Listen to me. She is not clicking on anything. He kept saying,
God bless this police officer. He got this just in the nick of time. Hey, Babs, you're probably on the shorts ones. Go to my channel and hit the live button, and there will be 2 lives going on right now. click the other live, and then I'll be in the horizontal. You got me in vertical. I'll be smaller probably in the vertical. So, oh, absolutely, Allison. Absolutely. And it can be any of our voices. Any. And it sounds almost identical. And remember, Nancy had a hearing problem as well. She did. Does. And I just messed
Savvy
this completely up.
scammers
1
have
second.
found a way.
Okay.
So where does the money
Just fast forward.
She said she had $23,000 already.
And Texas Lieutenant James
Okay, she's already put in $23,000, so she lost
Stewart
$23,000.
stopped it just in the nick of time.
Let me speak to the customer.
No, you're not going to speak to the customer anymore. Listen to me. She is not clicking on anything. He kept saying,
That is so crazy for your mind. Someone charged our debit card for something that we never purchased yesterday, something to do with online, said it was for a subscription for Music Corner ebook, never purchased it. Yeah. And the man on the phone read back my email and my home address. Yeah. Yep.
press,
Very
I'm
scary.
done. And I'm telling her, don't press anything, just step away from the machine.
Thanks to him, they got all her money back.
The
She's
only
very lucky.
reason we were
Very
able
lucky.
to get the money back is because she never completed the transaction.
But most cases don't have a happy ending. The FBI says Bitcoin ATM crooks bilked Americans out of $240 million in just
$240
the
million.
first half of 2025.
Damn. $240 million in just 6 months of 2025. So let's just say another $240 million in the next 6 months, right? We're talking $500 million. 500 million. Listen to that.
Bilked Americans out of $240 million
It's insane.
in just the first half of 2025, including this elderly woman.
Ma'am, listen to your police department.
This is another woman.
We're here to help you.
She's convinced her scam caller is the real deal.
They're scamming you out of your money.
Sir, this is absolutely legitimate.
So she keeps feeding $100 bills into the Bitcoin ATM.
Sir, this is absolutely legitimate, she says.
No. Don't do that.
Finally, she's realized it's a hoax, but it's too late.
How much money have you already sent to them?
10,700.
Jesus
10,700 she's already sent.
Christ.
Inside Edition investigative producer Katie Taylor spoke with the 80-year-old woman outside the Ohio gas station where it all unfolded. She was so embarrassed she didn't want to show
Another
her
woman.
face.
Another woman.
You had never heard of a Bitcoin machine in your life.
I've heard of Bitcoin, but I don't understand all that. I'm old.
She says the scammers told her they were with the Federal Trade Commission and her bank account had been compromised.
Federal Trade Commission, and that her bank account had been compromised.
The only way to secure it, pay an $11,000 fine.
What was it to you that was so convincing?
They were transferring me to higher levels of authority within the government. I didn't want my whole life to be compromised.
These fraudsters will not give up.
Westlake Police Captain Jerry Vogel says his officers see these scams on a monthly basis, even in their small town.
These people who are committing these types of acts are so good at what they do. They can weave a story so well that the person who's being victimized becomes part of the story.
His advice: if you see something, say something.
So the clerk realized that this older lady is probably in some trouble, probably putting money, giving money directly to scammers. So she called the police department. She did a great job.
We reunited the pair who planned to stay in touch.
You didn't deserve that.
God bless this lady.
Nobody does.
God bless this lady. But yeah, it happens all the time. And, you know, this is just so interesting because, again, nearly $500 million in a year, and that's in 2025. And it's ramped up so much in the last year that it's crazy. Senior citizens, guess how much the FBI says senior citizens lost in 2024? Not just, I mean, that is just cryptocurrency that we were talking about. Nearly $500 million. Guess how much they've lost senior citizens, just senior citizens, to scam in 1 year. And I'm going to show you the receipts on that as well. This woman reminds me of Nancy so much. $4.8 billion to scammers in 2024. That is according to the FBI. Right? I don't know, Babs. I don't know, honey. There should be 2 labs. You should probably click on the other one if it's not working. I don't know, honey. Maybe can you zoom in more? I don't know. $4.8 billion. That is just in the United States, right? It increased 33% in 1 year. Increased 33% in 1 year. And whatever happened to Nancy, right? Whatever happened to Nancy, I feel like it's financial. I do. And I don't see how it's not. Unless it is just something that someone wants some revenge on her or something, right? But I feel like this is financial. Either you cut someone off or she was, because again, let me show you something. So there is, new reporting that is out that says, and a lot of people don't believe these FBI, or not these ransom letters, right? But one thing that's very interesting is they're saying that they are very specific, especially the newest one is very, very specific. And, it makes you wonder, how are some of these so specific? I'm looking for my link. Just bear with me, guys. I apologize. And let me see here. Okay. New ransom note. Okay. And there's some that are, they're very graphic. It seems like this person's getting potentially more irritated. New chilling Nancy Guthrie ransom note graphically describes the consequences if Savannah Guthrie's family doesn't pay up, right? And TMZ said they wasn't going to report on it anymore, and they keep reporting on it, right? But he said it's a little more than chilling. The previous one was also pretty chilling. The way that it is described is more so, he called it really sophisticated, admitting I had to get some help for it to translate for me. And again, they're asking for cryptocurrency different now than Bitcoin. And some of these, the money will automatically go into the account if certain things happen. It actually involves the media too, Harvey says here as well. There was certain things that these certain ransom letters were very specific on things in the house, they were saying. And it makes you wonder, right? But one thing that's always confused me about this case is you would think they would have left a ransom letter in the beginning. That's something you would think that they would have done, right? Also, Nancy Guthrie's reward has hit to $200,000 as new anonymous donations have came in, which is very interesting. This is brand new.
And now it's day 20 in the search for Nancy Guthrie. We did just get another update from Pima County Sheriff's Office, so let's bring in senior national correspondent Brian Entin, still on the ground in Tucson as he has been from the beginning. So anything new, Brian?
Yeah, I was just looking through this update that they sent us. Some of the stuff we already knew, the DNA analysis is underway, Connell.
Yes, Tina. And that's the thing. Most ransom wants dollars immediately. That is absolutely true. And again, you kind of wonder who is going to continue to hold an 84-year-old. Have they found the band member yet? I believe they've known where the band members were, from what I have always.
Which we knew that there was DNA recovered from Nancy's home that they're still analyzing. They're going to do the investigative genetic genealogy. This is kind of interesting. They are continuing to look for a suspect, an individual captured on doorbell or surveillance video. They are requesting information related to the person, which we've all seen. And this is the part that stood out to me.
Guys, I'm sorry, I have to look down at my phone so I can see the chat because it's delayed over here. So S. Lee says, my grandmother is 85 and she let some random guy into her house and gave him her debit card number for pest control. He obviously didn't come back for service, but we had to cancel all of her stuff to fix it. So sorry.
Investigators are not ruling out the possibility that more than one person may be involved, which we've said for a while, but it's interesting that they're saying that again, because there has been this theory, Connell, that the person in the front who we saw in surveillance video, that there may have also been someone around the back, and this could have been a 2 or 3 person job. And it's interesting now that the sheriff is saying in this official release that they are not ruling out the possibility that more than one person may be involved. So that was the one thing that really stood out to me the most, Connell.
Yeah, it's interesting what they choose to emphasize, right? I guess to some degree, not that that's something we wouldn't talk.
Yeah, it's something that I think everybody's thought since pretty much day one, that someone else is involved here. There's more than one person. I believe there was more than one person there at the time. I don't know why law enforcement won't, put out more of the
talked about or considered, but that they choose to emphasize it in this particular update. I was about to promote this special you're doing over the weekend, but I'll just ask you about it. Tell us, you're going to be on tomorrow night, right? Aren't you taking questions? Tell us what the special's about.
We are, yeah. So we're going to be talking to people live, taking their questions live. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night, obviously on News
Absolutely.
Nation. And it's going to be interesting because people have so many questions about this case. And there are things that I don't even think of that they think of or that they see that really stand out. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even think of that. So it's going to be very, very interactive where
Crystal.
people are able to tell us what they've noticed, ask us questions, and then we'll have a panel of experts who can really dig in a way that we really haven't had the opportunity to yet, because we'll have the full hour, which will be really awesome, Kyle.
It's good. And, like
Scouts.
we've
to
said,
see
I
you,
don't
honey.
think we've
Good to
ever
see you.
seen anything like this story in so many ways, but just in the interest also of the public, just, 20 days in, people are still so, there's so much emotion, attachment, I guess, to Savannah Guthrie, to the family, and also just interest in the story.
By the way, did you know that this is breaking just in the last little bit? Law enforcement is pretty much cutting off the road to Nancy Guthrie's house. You know why they're doing that, in my opinion? You know why they're doing that? In my opinion, because of the media. They don't want the media there anymore. I think the neighbors are bitching and complaining, the circus, because there was hundreds there. They want the media to leave. Right? So that's going to be interesting. I mean, to be honest with you, for it to be going on the third week and there to be that much media out there still, it's really shocking because the world moves really quick now. You guys know how it is. It moves very quick. Here today, gone tomorrow, or in the next 5 minutes, a story is. Sheriff wants media out. He is tired of criticism, and he's a freaking doofus. I really hate to criticize law enforcement because I always say I know it's easier said than done, but he is a doofus. Doofus. Sheriff Doofy from the doofus.
And hope that it comes to some sort of a positive conclusion. Brian, thank you. And thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation.
Thank you, Chris Cormo. Okay. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. So, is that the one I showed just now? 1 second. Bear with me. Did Brian Enton? That's tomorrow. News Nation is going to be doing. Brian Enton's going to be answering questions live. By the way, at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, something like that. So, yeah. Okay. Same Justin's son. ALE. So can't. Yeah. Exactly. Hey, Miss Marie, it's good to see you, my dear. Okay. Michael Root wrote earlier, which I found this interesting, about some specific things here. I'm still curious where the video is of Nancy Guthrie's other cameras. This sheriff blundered everything, just fucking blundered it. It's absolutely apparent that he blundered it. Also, did y'all notice this? Someone was showing this picture right here. What is this in this guy's pocket? To me, that looks like it kind of looks like an ink pen or a knife. And what is this right here? What do y'all think that is? Very weird to me. Oh, you're welcome, Shirley. We're not done with it yet, my dear. Yeah, it's can you zoom in? Yeah, I mean I can make it bigger right there. To me the one thing looks like a pin, but the other thing I don't know. That one's really got me puzzled. Flashlight maybe? It could be, but he's got a mouth flashlight. Zip ties? I don't think they're zip ties. Looks like a zipper pulled on bottom. I don't know. Hello, Miss Kelsey. This isn't the alleged Pinky, is it? Pinky? I guess I missed that one. Pinky, I guess I missed that one. I don't know what the pinky is. Maybe a box cutter, could be. Keys? Could be. Maybe. I don't know, but I was looking at and I was trying to make sense out of it. I might have to just trying to make some sort of sense out of it. And I really couldn't make any sense out of it. JTC53, also known as J on X, writes this: cruel and wrong. It was Sheriff Nanos that backtracked on who dropped off Nancy, then wouldn't say. It was Sheriff Nanos running media cover 3 days ago who said Guthrie's family has not been cleared. It was your police department going in and out of Annie's home. You lead the public to believe they were suspects. Then you haven't done a press conference in 2 weeks because Nanos blew the first two being a bumbling moron. Don't blame the public. This was all your department. And I gotta give him the clap for that. You get the clap. And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. This buffoon, Nanos, wants to bitch and moan about the media, YouTubers, and misinformation when he can't even put out the basic facts. If he does, he'll take it back. Guaranteed, he'll take it back. Like we was reading the other day. Quoted, he said that nobody had been cleared. Hey, Miss Smiley. Robin, hello. Allison. Said nobody had been cleared, including the family. Now, what does he say 24, 48 hours after that? Family cleared. Family cleared. Then he says, same day, family cleared as of now. What about them made them significant enough to gain a reality show? Well, Kelsey, this county is a huge county. It's bigger than the county is like bigger than Rhode Island and then some other state combined. It's humongous county. Lots of, lots of resources there. So, that's interesting. But Jay is absolutely right here. Absolutely right. It was him that also cleared this home so quickly. And it was then they discovered blood out in the driveway and all that. Well, Mad Squirrel, exactly. Nanos is gaslighting so much he can't keep his mask straight. And think about this. The FBI was at we'll just say a pawn shop, a GUN store the other day. This guy did an interview. Nano said, "Oh, no. No, we can't confirm or he didn't even say we can't confirm. He was just like, we can't be sure of that or whatever." I'm like, the guy just told you, did an interview, and they showed like 20 some pictures. I don't think he handles crime in that county any better than this one. He doesn't handle shit better, to be honest with you. Like he's truly, I gave him a lot of credit in the beginning. I thought maybe he's just really nervous because this is a really big case. But then you started seeing like at basketball games and stuff, and I still gave him credit. I'm like, he's maybe just needed a break or whatever. But then when he started saying one thing and the media said, "Sir, you said it with our last interview. You said such and such." He's like, "Well, I don't remember it." I'm thinking, dude.
No one has given up hope that they're trying to recover Nancy Guthrie alive. So there's an urgency in pursuing these new pieces of evidence, new individuals, interviewing them, but they have to make sure that they're doing everything legally along the way so that in the potential that this ends up at a trial down the road, that this stuff doesn't get kicked out. I mean, you want to make sure that every step of the way you have probable cause, that you're getting the proper warrants, that you're doing everything correctly so that you don't run up with a situation where you've collected incredible evidence and you're not allowed to use it at trial because you did things too hastily. No one has given up hope that they're trying to recover Nancy Guthrie alive. So there's an urgency in pursuing these new pieces of evidence, new individuals, interviewing them, but they have to make sure that they're doing everything legally along the way so that in the potential that
Does anyone think that, oh, he blew it big time. Do you think that Nancy is alive? I mean, we pray that she is, obviously. We pray to the good Lord that she is and that she's out there and someone has her. But is it feasible now that someone would have her this long? Wouldn't they just give up by this point? You know what I mean? Like, they know they're not getting the money because they're not even showing proof of life. And they would have. They would have absolutely shown proof of life by now. Don't you think? I think that they would, in my opinion. Don't you? In my opinion, they would show proof of life by now. But that's just me. Hold on. Is that the right one? Give me a second, guys. Make sure it's the right one. Bear with me. No. Okay, here it is. Okay. I don't believe she's in Mexico. I don't believe that she's alive. I pray that she is, but but I don't think so. I really don't think so, Again, I hope I'm wrong. No, she was gone the first day. I wonder if she was gone I think she might have been gone by the time she was out the door, in my opinion. I think the data might show that she was still alive with her pacemaker, but I think it was turned off rather quickly. I mean, again, they're 40 some minutes. All right. Nancy Guthrie case, kidnappers could easily bring person over the border, reporter says. Jesse Weber and Mr. Brian Enton.
Tell us what he learned during his trip. Brian, that was outstanding. First, let me ask you the million-dollar question here. How easy would it be?
Guys, please hit that thumbs up button as well. Greatly appreciate it. I have never seen Brian with a little bit of stubble. It's the first time I've ever seen him with a little bit of stubble on his face. He's got to be so tired. Him and
For a
JLR.
kidnapper to smuggle an 84-year-old into Mexico?
I mean, it seemed pretty easy. We walked right in. I mean, there was no one who stopped us to check our ID. There was no one who asked any questions, literally just walked right into Mexico. If you drive in, I'm told that sometimes you are stopped and questioned, but many people also are able to just drive in. It's kind of random. So, you know, when you come back into the...
That's crazy. Look at this. Look at
one
this.
who stopped us to check our...
This is them going through the border.
Our ID. There was no one who asked any questions, literally just walked right into Mexico. If you drive in, I'm told that sometimes you are stopped and questioned, but many people also are able to just drive in. It's kind of random. So, you know, when you come back into the US, it's a different story. You get a million questions. There's dogs. They stop you. They look in your car. There's several checkpoints. But going into Mexico, I mean, it seems like anybody could just do it.
What about the cameras? I understand you looked into that a little bit, whether or not there were cameras that could have captured Nancy going into Mexico.
Yeah, I think that's key here because there are a lot of cameras. While they don't stop you going in, you see cameras everywhere. And apparently they've used those cameras in the past when investigating kidnappings. There was a local journalist who I spoke to, Jesse, who talked to me about the cameras and whether he believes that a kidnapper could bring someone like Nancy into the country without being noticed. Listen to what he told me, Jesse. How easy would it be to bring someone in, like if you had kidnapped someone?
It's very simple. I mean, I don't know anything about kidnapping people in the United States and bringing them over.
I mean, again, they may have done it over a car or something like that, but I just think with the cameras and the technology, again, the further you go with someone, the more likely you're going to be caught. Most people thinks if you go further away, you're not going to be caught. No, there's so many cameras and so much more data when the further you go. And I mean, yeah, they could have technically taken her to Mexico in a car, but I certainly don't see an 84-year-old woman without her cane or hearing aid, her medication, and bleeding, being pushed over the border walking, right? I don't see that at all. I don't think she's a Mexican.
If the local authorities aren't on alert, searching for somebody, I mean, thousands of people come across the border walking and even on vehicles. It's not until they have the alert of somebody missing, they start looking at the camera footage and they can see if the person came across on foot or on a vehicle. They can see it, but they don't look for it until they know of
they request help. Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if they've started looking for this.
I wonder too.
And again, I say it every single live, and I'm going to continue saying it until we know why the hell were they at Tommaso and Annie's house so many times? Why were they looking in the backyards? Why were they looking out in the desert past their yards and all that? What made them go over there in such a hurry the other day? That's not normal. That's not normal.
We don't know, Jesse, if they've been looking at the cameras. And you mentioned at the top, it is a little confusing. Yesterday, FBI sources told us that they were in communication with authorities in Mexico. Today, the Mexican law enforcement said, yes, we've talked to the FBI, but we have no indication that Nancy Guthrie is in Mexico. Jesse?
So first of all, it's terrifying how easily she could have gotten there. And again, very, very confusing whether or not they're looking at the cameras and looking at potential footage in the last several weeks about her coming through there. So let me ask you about the pharmacy.
Me too.
That was a great piece where you went in there. The medications that Nancy was in, to be clear, vital medications. She theoretically wouldn't be able to survive.
Now, in Mexico, if you've ever been to Mexico, there is pharmacies, especially in tourist areas, where you can get any medication you want. Anything. I don't care if it's narcotics or not. You can get it very, very easily.
Without them for without taking them daily. Could someone have gotten what she needed there?
Yes, very, very easily. You can get almost anything you want there in the pharmacy, which was kind of shocking to see. I guess that's why a lot of people go across the border to get things there, and it's also cheaper.
Yep. When I was covering a case, I don't know, a couple years ago, and this couple, they lived in Arizona as well, and they lived right on the border of Arizona and Mexico, and they would go over there and get pills at the pharmacies. She would go over there and get pills, come straight through the border. Very easy to do.
Almost every heart medicine, and we don't know exactly which ones Nancy was on, but I'm told almost every single one you could get without a prescription. The ones where you would need a prescription, it's not like here where you would have to go, you can just get the prescription right there on the street and then use that to get the medicine. So for sure, you could easily get the medicine on the down low and no one would know.
Yep.
So just put it into perspective, potentially in a country where, like you said, not a lot of people know about this case, at least the people that you were speaking to, easily smuggled in. It's wish-washy on the cameras, whether everybody was paying attention to them or they're getting access to the footage, and potentially they could get the medication that she needs to survive. We have about 20 seconds, real quick, Brian.
Right there, pharmacy.
DNA, right? So
La
that seems to be
Plaza.
the key. The DNA in the house. Any word back on if it's being tested or we're getting results back? Because it's been a minute.
It is, yeah. We got a brief statement today from the sheriff confirming again the DNA that was found in the house. We know that they're doing the investigative genetic genealogy, but that takes time. That's not like just one-way DNA testing. That could take weeks. It could even take months. So we're just gonna have to be patient on that front, I think.
The good news is that has helped solve cold cases in the past, but like you said, it takes some time. Brian Enton, thank you so much. Excellent reporting
Great
today.
reporting.
Always appreciate it.
Great reporting. So, we were talking about Sheriff Nanos, saying that the family is clear, and the day before saying that nobody was clear. So did new evidence come out, or was there pressure? Well, Miss Megan Kelly has a few words for Mr. Sheriff Nanos, and I wanted to show you this. Good on her. Good on her. Oh, it would be completely inappropriate for me to send no time on the brother-in-law. He was the last person to see Nancy Guthrie. I mean, that we know of. Obviously, an abductor came into the house later that night, but it was the person who had Nancy at the house earlier in the evening and said he dropped her back off at the house at 9:48 p.m. the night she disappears. Obviously, we have to look at the brother-in-law. And again, there was a lot of speculation about the brother-in-law and the sister. And in cases, it's usually almost always someone that you know. People who don't give a damn about you, they don't care if we're alive or not. You know what I mean? They don't have that emotion to do harm or good to us, even, you know. So I agree with her. I agree with her. I'm not saying that it is him or it's her or anybody. Um, but the question still is, you know, why hasn't there been any sort of speaking out? Also, there has been allegedly people that came out and again claim that they um, say that you know the relationship between Tommaso and Annie were tumultuous at times, and they had allegedly taken a break on and off at times. Now, some people wear wedding rings, some people don't. Uh, it's really in you know, your preference, your preference. But here, whenever they were not showing their faces, uh, Annie's got her left hand up, and that's the one you usually wear your wedding ring or your engagement ring, right? She doesn't have any ring on. She doesn't. And I don't know, just coming from a jeweler, in my opinion, you would think that she would be wearing a wedding ring. You know, she's going through a lot here as well. So I try to give, you know, a lot of grace with that. But it's one of those things that truly does make me wonder, right? Um, I don't know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. It may have been an aliving. Last I heard, there was a fourth ransom note. What kind of ransom kidnapping is that? Very odd. Yeah. I mean, they can keep writing these notes until the day of judgment, but you know, if they're not going to show anything, right, that there's any sort of proof of life or anything like that, you just might as well keep writing because it's not going to work. My hubby doesn't wear a wedding ring. He's allergic to metals. It also gets caught on, yeah, that's Tara, and that's absolutely right. Some people don't wear wedding rings. It doesn't, you know, make or break it. You know what I mean? Um, be careful, bogey. By the way, I'm driving. I hope that this comes out all right or whatever I'm trying. You're fine, honey. It makes it look more fake or suspicious. Yeah, we need proof of life. Justin, your mic is jacked up. Papa, can you hear me? My mic, am I sound okay, guys? Am I good? It's reversed. Have I seen the picture and she's the passenger would be the right hand. Let me check on. Hold on, I've got a couple pictures. Let me check on that. This is how it was sent to me. So let me check. My hubby. Okay, Tommaso could help Nancy go into the house and secretly the back door when he left. I don't know. I don't know. To me, there's just a lot of questions. A lot of questions that still, you know, asking this. Okay. So we're going to go to Brian Enton right here. Yes, guys, please hit that thumbs up. Is my mic okay? Let me check. Is my mic good? Audio is fine. Okay. Hello, Deception Detective. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Mods drop Deception Detectives channel, please. Make sure you go to Deception Detective and sub up to Deception Detective. He has great work, and he does a lot of statement analysis. Good work.
Spanish, and Daniel's actually Mexican, and I speak a little bit of Spanish just because I'm from Florida, but not a ton. So they're going to be here to help me out, and we'll see what happens. So basically, we just park and walk. That's it. So I'm a little nervous because I do not have my passport. I did not bring my passport on this trip, which I'm not sure. I'm hearing conflicting things, but I'm gonna try because you guys know me. I'm always
I think it's
sort of
most definitely financial. Yeah,
optimistic.
That one says contact. This one doesn't.
So basically, we park here and then we walk in.
Maurice, things that AG and TC were married in a lavish wedding. He has champagne taste on a beer budget, in my opinion. From what I've heard, that Tommaso likes the finer things in life, and allegedly Annie is more practical and more like she likes to invest more, allegedly.
All the way. Keep on going. Go.
I agree, Jillian.
Alright, déjame sacar.
Now, it's easy to walk into Mexico, but once you pass those gates and try to get back, it's a lot more difficult to get into the United States than it is to go into Mexico. But people do it every day. What's that buzzing sound? See, the pharmacies are everywhere here. Absolutely everywhere. Yes, Squirrel.
¿Ha escuchado usted el
Yes,
caso de la
Mermaid.
señora Nancy Guthrie
Good question.
que la secuestraron o está perdida en Tucson?
This is the picture here.
Ella es la señora, ella es la conductora y es su mamá. ¿No ha escuchado nada?
No. Has he ever heard of it?
Nobody's heard of
Never
her.
heard of it?
Nunca ha escuchado nada.
No.
Las autoridades americanas están hablando con las autoridades mexicanas. I'm asking is about the case specifically, if they know something about Nancy's disappearance, but also the way that I'm involving them is like asking what they think about the U.S. government asking help to the Mexican
And what did
government.
he say?
He said that he's not aware of the case of Nancy's. Buenos días. Una
Yeah.
preguntita. Somos de un canal de noticias en el otro lado. Estamos.
Steph, you're absolutely right. Pharmacies are everywhere here too. But in Mexico, you don't need necessarily a prescription. I mean, some things you need a prescription, but you can get the prescription literally right there, right then, right there. Very, very easy to. Okay, you sent me something. Okay, I'll get to it. Thank you so much for that, Sandy.
Haciendo un reportaje acá en México preguntando sobre la desaparición de la señora. ¿Has escuchado algo de este caso?
No, la verdad.
¿No has escuchado? Es
You
la
think so,
mamá de una
Nancy?
conductora de una cadena de televisión que vive en Tucson.
So what did she say?
She haven't heard about the case, but she said that
Hey,
things
Kelly.
like that can happen, that it's a sad situation, and suddenly it's like we're so close to the border again that can happen.
But she heard nothing about it.
But she don't know nothing
I think
about
Nancy's within 5 miles.
todo ese tiempo. Somos de una cadena de noticias del otro lado, americana. El compañero no habla español, lo voy a ayudar a traducir. ¿Ha escuchado usted el
They're beeping
caso
at
de
Brian.
la señora Nancy Guthrie, que es mamá de una presentadora de noticias allá en Estados Unidos, que
Hey,
está
YouTuber.
desaparecida?
No,
¿No ha escuchado nada?
no.
So what did she say?
She said that she's not aware of the case and that she does not know any other cases of people being brought here to Mexican side from the American side. Una de noticias del americano. Que estamos trabajando. Hay una señora.
Scouts, very good question. Very good question. Has anyone questioned Miss Nancy's attorney to see if she had recently changed her will? Could the safe have been the target? You know, I mean, this is the thing. There has we don't know, first of all, who's, you know, who had power of attorney, who had the will or anything like that in Nancy's case. To me, in my opinion, it would make most sense that Annie had the power of attorney, right? Because there's Savannah, she's in New York, right? There's Cameron, he's in Vermont, both on the East Coast. And then there's Annie, who's a few miles down the road. So to me, it would make sense because Annie is the one that is essentially taking care of mom. She's the one in the everyday life of her mother, right? So to me, that would be what would make the most sense, but we still don't know at the end of the day. We do know that I can't remember if it was May or June. I showed you guys the receipt. Annie and Tommaso sold a little Hyundai car for like $9,000 or $10,000. And that same month, they bought 2 houses, which seems to be a lot to buy 2 houses right at the same time. But one is a rental, so you know technically the rental would mostly pay for itself. You know, it's got, but you know, rentals can eat you up as well. It just depends if you have a good tenant. Many times the rental, like I said, will pay for the monthly payments, but then you have to think of insurance. You have to think of taxes on the property. How much is taxes there? All of that. Yes. And he's a private school teacher, you know, maybe 50, 60,000 a year. How much could Annie make being a jeweler and a poet? Right? You know what I mean? Hey Roxy, good to see you, babe. How you doing? The Daily Guy owns a car lot. Did Annie trade her car there? She sold it privately from she put it on a Facebook marketplace from what I understand.
La mamá de una presentadora de noticias de la cadena. Ella es la mamá. Ella es la presentadora de la cadena de NBC. La mamá vive en Tucson y está desaparecida. Están pidiendo la ayuda. ¿Has escuchado de algún caso de gente que hayan traído?
So this is the thing. She did she did write a book on jewelry making, but this is the thing. Unless you are this big ass author, you don't sell a lot of books. In fact, most books never sell. I mean, you are doing pretty amazingly well if you sell 10,000 copies of any book. Any book. Most books never sell that many copies. So, you know, you make hardly nothing on a book. You really don't.
De allá de Estados Unidos para acá? No. No has escuchado nada.
What did he say?
Hey, Nurse Sandy.
He hasn't heard about the case just yet. He don't think it's possible. It's kind of hard to bring people to the Mexican side.
Why do they? He's the second one who said it was hard, but when we walked in, it was.
Nurse Sandy, are you a mod? Aren't you a mod?
Regularmente cuando vienes en carro nunca te
Hey,
preguntan
Widow.
quién eres ni te piden documentos para cruzar a México. No, muy difícil.
Who's banging the hell out of stuff?
Depende cómo te vea What is he saying?
He's explaining why it's hard for someone to bring, because it won't be easy for you to bring someone with the eyes cover or mask. And that will be a red alert for the officers that are there. Normally they don't ask for any document, but they're watching who's coming.
Yeah, and maybe an old.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Jillian, I don't think I mean, I think a lot of the neighbors are grateful. I watch JLR as well, and streaming and all that. I've worked with JLR in the field in other cases, but I don't know. All the neighbors. There's been some neighbors that's bitched about parking and stuff like that, but I don't think it's necessarily the neighbors as much as I do think it's potentially the sheriff.
Lady too.
He wants
So if
this
they see
story to
something
move along.
suspicious, then they may stop you.
But if they had you in the car in the trunk or
Si se
something?
la traen escondida en la cajuela.
Solamente se da, yo creo.
Oh yeah,
can happen,
they can.
but
Yep.
It will be hard.
It would be hard.
Yeah.
Porque otra forma, pues.
Yeah, there won't be other way.
Yeah.
Like maybe like that to put someone on the trunk, but if you bring someone sitting on the car, I mean, obviously, the most common thing will be for that person to ask for help.
Yeah.
So unless you're covered or something, but that will cut the authorities' attention.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Sí, porque es muy difícil porque aparte hay cámaras. Si tú pasas de allá para acá, todo está, la cámara te está.
Okay, there's cameras on the bridge, so on the port of entry, so they can be checking the cameras also. So
yeah,
that's what they say, that it's not easy. It's not only that they don't ask you who you are, but there's officers looking at people, and there's cameras all the way recording all the time.
So yeah. Si pidieron a las autoridades mexicanas, también puedes checar ahí al norte.
Yeah, that will be one of the tools maybe for them to check the Mexican cameras on the port of entry. ¿Su nombre? Julio Delgado.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias.
So we've seen a ton of pharmacies since we came in. There's a big one here.
Yeah.
So you can get pretty much anything?
I mean, they still have controlled medicine or drugs, but like antibiotics or some other stuff that you can get without prescription in the States, you can get it here.
Okay.
It's easier.
Because the concern has
You
been
get
that
narcotics
Nancy
or
Guthrie
anything
doesn't have
there.
medicine, but if she was here, I think it's like heart medicine, she could probably get it.
Probably.
They could probably get it. Okay, let's go check it out.
Watch this.
¿Hay controlado?
Yep, that's a typical. If they don't have money, what are they doing in Italy?
You can find some medicines here without prescription, that you require prescription there. Talking specifically about the heart medicine, it all depends what substance is.
Let me tell you, I mean, the last time I was in like Mexico, like they would have like these little pharmacies on the corner. It's really like a kiosk, and you paid them, they give you anything. You can't see anything in the driveway that's a circular in the dark. That is true. Isabel said, if they don't have money, what are they doing in Italy? I have still not seen a confirmation of them being in Italy. If anyone has that, please send it to me. Hey, Magdalena, good to see you. He is definitely too old for this type of music, but that he was doing music was very demonic. Yes. Not my type of music. I mean, I like all music, but that was a little rough for me. I haven't seen that they're 100% in Italy, but this is the thing: credit cards and mileage points as well. You can essentially, if you have miles, you can go anywhere on those points as well. She was also being removed from the home by two people instead of one person that night, in my opinion. I definitely believe there was more than one person for sure. Boy, this is something. Dan Mares from KOLD, they are getting on this. When this Range Rover was last week, whenever all of this was going on, and the misinformation about someone was pew-pewed in the head, which was absolutely not true. But there was even big media reporting that, right? Um, at the time. Dan Maris said, a week ago tonight, rumors were running rampant across social media, even with some news stations reporting it, that a man committed self inflicted unaliving, we'll just say, in the Culver's parking lot in relation to the SWAT situation related to the Nancy Guthrie case. We did not report it and never did, with many asking why it didn't happen. So there was a lot about that. So let me show you. There is so much misinformation in this case, and this is the thing. There's in a case this big, there's always going to be, unfortunately, people are going to say things that aren't true or whatever. But the sheriff, again, has not helped this whatsoever. Here we go. Oops. Guys, do me a favor if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button, or if you're on the mobile, just double tap the screen. It means so much to us. Thank you. Just because families have members who are wealthy does not mean they pay their relatives' bills. In my opinion, absolutely, absolutely. And this is the thing: you can make $10 million and still be in a lot of debt, right? Mo money, mo problems. The saying goes, right? And especially living in New York. Damn, I can't imagine.
Because, of course, he has that expertise that you can only get when you've worked in law enforcement and particularly in the FBI for years. So joining us this morning live from the Valley is Lance Lysing. Thank you so much for lending your time and expertise a number of times throughout the last couple weeks on this.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's start with the biggest development in the last 48 hours, and that was that major SWAT operation on Friday night. Now, the Pima County Sheriff's Department is telling us that no arrests were made. I think a lot of people were hopeful something big would come of this. So far, that has not happened, at least publicly. How common are these types of
1,000%. Whoever the perp was not afraid to enter the home because how would they know there was nobody there, like, or that she may had Sonny, you're exactly right. I mean, think about this. How many people say, how many people say that, I'm trying to do two things. Say 40 some minutes. The average burglary is just a couple minutes long, right? Now, if this is something that, a burglary that went wrong or whatever, you still, okay, think about this. This is really important. Think about this. Let's say it was something that went wrong, right? Like they went in there to take things and something went wrong one way or another. Well, if something went wrong, which people who are robbers don't generally unalive you. They generally don't. They generally just want money and they want out. But let's say it did. If this is some stranger, right? And something went wrong. Well, how do they know police aren't going to be there in just a couple minutes? How would they know? Right? If they're just in there to get money and something went wrong, they're not going to be there 41 minutes to take your body out, either alive or dead. Right? So that's why this It has to be someone that knows more. It has to be. There's just in my mind, there's just no other way around it. That it just has to be. Again, could be wrong, but I think you would have to be real damn comfortable uh to be there. Um, Michael Roots is reporting new neighbors have submitted surveillance video from the area, and investigators are carefully reviewing the footage. Call to action on the neighborhood surveillance has yielded some results. Remains to be seen what evidentiary value this has. And he retweeted this and added that part. And he says 2:20, that was 4 hours ago. Investigation detectives and agents continue to actively follow up on leads. Neighbors have submitted surveillance video from the area. We're at week 3. You see what I mean? Like, we're at week 3. Why the hell is this just happening? You know what I mean? It's crazy to me. Investigators are carefully reviewing the footage. DNA analysis is underway on biological evidence recovered during the investigation. This process can be lengthy. There is no additional information available at this time. Investigators continue seeking information to help identify the individual captured on doorbell surveillance. As the sheriff has previously stated, while we are requesting information related to the person seen on the video, investigators are not ruling out the possibility that more than one person is involved. You can call 911, obviously, if you know something in your local. Now, also, so they're asking for the media to leave, right? They're asking for the media to leave. This makes me wonder now why. I mean, again, I think the sheriff doesn't want criticism, yes, but this kind of makes me think that there's not going to be a break anytime soon, as well, because I think if there was going to be a break anytime soon, if the law enforcement thought there was going to be a break, they would want the media to be there, to give the sheriff a pat on the ass, so to speak. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking this sheriff, because I think his ego is as probably big as his head. I think he would want that. So, you mean I'm the only one complaining? Complaining about what? Thank you, Mama of 3. Good to see you, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. You know, I love your intro music, and many days I play it while getting ready for work in the morning. Good feeling for the rest of my day. Oh, that's amazing, Mama of 3. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just to let you know that I have that on my videos. You can just go to Clutch Them Pearls and go to the videos, and I think it's called Holy and Hood. And you can watch it without any commercials or anything like that. It's not monetized. So if you want to watch it over there, you can watch it. And put it on repeat. But yeah, get you pumped. Get you pumped. Thank you so much, honey. One neighbor, I think it was yesterday, drove by, asked Brian where Ellie was, saying she had pics video to show Ellie. Brian asked to see them, but she said she may be back, but wanted to show Ellie first. That's good. That's good. Unfortunately, the sheriff does not know how to use the media to his advantage. Very good comment, Friendly Frog. I agree. 1000%. Even big networks aren't talking as much. Yeah, it's starting to slow down. It is. It is. And I think it's just going to be something that's going to take a little more time. A little more time. What's that, Bunny? What was it? What was a while ago? What you mean, babe? Okay, here we go.
It's Friday morning here in Tucson, outside Nancy Guthrie's house. I wanted to show you, like, there's so many more flowers that have shown up here, which is really nice. A lot of the neighbors have been bringing them by. There's a lot of notes here for Nancy's family. Let Nancy come home. It's never too late to do the right thing. God is watching. Prayers for Nancy. So it's nice to see. They're all yellow.
Okay, got it.
So it's haven't heard anything from the Pima County Sheriff's Office yet today. It was really rainy here and windy this morning. The weather's kind of crazy in Arizona, and now it's like sunny all of a sudden, kind of like Florida. But I'll keep you guys posted with any developments. I got a couple things I'm looking into today. We're working on a big special tomorrow night for News Nation, which is going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern, where we're going to answer a lot of questions, have a lot of experts on, some new reporting. So, yeah, I noticed this too. This is new. Someone wrote, an open letter to the kidnappers. Feel free to read and return it to this envelope. It's kind of interesting. I'm going to read that later and see what that is. But anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. Hey guys, it's Friday morning here in
they found
Tucson, outside Nancy Guthrie's house. I wanted to show you, like, there's so many more flowers that have shown up here.
They have found so many gloves. It's crazy, actually, right now. Hey, Serenity. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you so very much. It's called something in the desert or something. Maybe it was set up for the reality show. I don't think that, but might as well throw it out there. Yes, the sheriff did say one thing that's interesting, which I don't believe in conspiracy theories generally. But one thing he did say is he hopes this brings more tourism to his county. But I also think that he doesn't want this criticism as well. You know what I mean? I think it's, what is it, on A&E? I don't remember what network it is or anything. So thank you so much, Rennie. Many of us can't understand. Really, Sammy? Someone said that earlier. I don't know why. I think it might be, is it YouTube or something? You guys can hear me okay? Just making sure. Like, my chat's been lagging today. I don't know what it is. Well, it's YouTube, but I think the sheriff knows the game and is playing the media. Everyone complained he wouldn't speak to the media. Then he did. Then he was criticized. Then he gave conflicting answers. He's not dumb. I think in the beginning he was way too honest. It's better now. I heard you fine. I don't know. Daphne had it on live chat the other day. Your mic is muffled when you play the. Oh, sometimes it does that. I don't know why. When I play background music, it does that sometimes. I can hear you fine, but YouTube was messed up yesterday for me and my phone service. It was completely down the other day for several million people. Like, I couldn't do anything. It was completely down for me the other day. It was weird. Oh, also, did you guys see this? Someone wrote this in a. Thank you for that, Sammy, by the way. Appreciate you. And Deb, thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. Colleagues verified involvement with political organizations. You think she found corruption became a target. We know politics with the sheriff's department is corrupt. So, Deb, you know, a lot of people talk about the Epstein. Thank you for that, by the way. Appreciate you. A lot of people talk like about the Epstein and all that. However, I don't go down that avenue with it. However, and I try to stay away from conspiracy theories and psychics and all that stuff. But whatever you believe is what you believe. That's just the way I work my ship. You know what I mean? But speaking of politics, Nancy was, from what I understand, big into politics locally. Yes. Number two, allegedly, one of the individuals that was at the house, we'll say, or the Land Rover, whatever, was, how can I say it, was affiliated with some sort of politics as well. So I've kind of thought in the past, like, maybe something's there locally with politics. I don't think it's national or Epstein or anything like that personally, me. But I have wondered, did Nancy know something? Because to me, it can only, not only, but in my opinion, the two biggest things, financial, right? Or she knows something she's not supposed to. Why else would anyone target an 84-year-old woman with a pacemaker and a hearing aid? Right? That's it. That's it. So either money or she knows something she's not supposed to. That's it. And from what I understand as well, Nancy is not the, allegedly, she's not the type of, she's 84, but she's, yes, she's sharp as a tack, they say, but like, if she needed to, she could tell you about yourself. You know what I mean? She was sharp in that way. She didn't, from some people say she wouldn't be pushed over. Feisty. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. So I've wondered that as well, because maybe she was potentially a little feisty or whatever. Could she have known something, or could locally? I don't believe it's nationally or anything like that. Something that someone didn't want out. She wasn't a shrinking violet. Yeah. Jason, yeah, I've been on an hour and 37 minutes. You are late. Thank you for that, Deb. I appreciate that. Very good conversation with that. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Magdalena, for gifting a pearl necklace. Do appreciate you, my love. Good to see you. You received that. Make sure you thank our beautiful Magdalena. Thank you so much. She was controlling, according to Al Roker. Really, lean on me. So you guys remember in the very beginning when I told you I spoke to someone and I was talking about polygraphs. Nobody was talking about them at the time. And I was telling you that someone a source that I was speaking to told me that the family, people in the family had done either lie detector test or was asked to do a lie detector test. That's whenever they told me that she was feisty, more or less. Right. So I don't know. I need to call him back and talk to him more. It's happened after Savannah's segment on Going Home. It did. Yeah. Sunny Summer. If, it happened on after Savannah's segment on Going Home to Tucson and mentioning her mom lived in Tucson. Yes. I did a YouTube short on that. I think Daphne was probably one of the first ones to put that out. She went back to her hometown, and from what I hear, Savannah feels very guilty about that, and that really breaks my heart because all of them at the Today Show, they were all doing it like every other week. Like one of them would go to like their hometown or whatever and talk about how they grew up and stuff. And there was reporting that Savannah may not come back because just she feels guilty like this. She could be the reason that her mother was a target. I don't feel like necessary. I mean, the only way I feel like if she, like Savannah could be the target because, of who she is, would be if it was like a scam or something. But I don't know. She said lived alone. I can't remember. If you go to my YouTube shorts, I have the full link to that interview in my description there. Let's see here. Hey, Cinnamon Bear, I've heard that Nancy was very controlled. I don't know. I don't know, Sandra. You having you okay, honey? Remember that case of the girl that was kidnapped and the guy had unalived her parents? Which one? She got away for like 40. Oh, yes. I'm trying to remember. That wasn't too long ago, was it? I just don't have a good feeling about no. Me either. At all. I don't think this is good at all. Let's see here. Bear with me 1 second here as I pull something up.
Which is really nice.
Okay. They did. Oh, I already have it pulled up. Okay.
Hey guys, it's Friday morning here in Tucson, outside Nancy Guthrie's house. I wanted to show you, like, there's so many more flowers that have shown up here, which is really nice. A lot of the neighbors have been bringing them by.
Yes, you either. Yeah, I find it odd that Sky Maiden, that 24, 48 hours before they cleared the family, the sheriff said that nobody is cleared, including the family.
There's a lot of notes here for Nancy's family. Let Nancy come home. It's never too late to do the right thing. God is watching.
Ratui, do you mean the GUN store or the jewelry store guy? Do you mean the GUN, like the pawn shop where the FBI came
Prayers
in?
for Nancy. So it's nice to see. They're all yellow.
Oh, I forgot to show you. I need to show you.
So it's haven't heard anything from the Pima County Sheriff's Office yet today. It was really rainy here and windy this morning. The weather's kind of crazy in Arizona, and now it's like sunny all of a sudden, kind of like Florida. But I'll keep you guys posted with any developments. I got a couple things I'm looking into today. We're working on a big special tomorrow night for News Nation, which is going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern, where we're going to answer a lot of questions, have a lot of experts on, some new reporting. So, yeah, I noticed this too. This is new. Someone wrote, an open letter to the kidnappers. Feel free to read and return it to this envelope. It's kind of interesting. I'm going to read that later, see what that is. But anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. Hey guys, it's Friday morning here in Tucson, outside Nancy Guthrie's house. I wanted to show you, like, there's so many more flowers that have shown up here.
Okay.
Which is really nice. A lot of the neighbors have been bringing them by.
Thank you, Mr. Enton. All right, so I want to show you a couple of things here. Remember, we were talking about the scams and stuff earlier, and about those crypto ATMs, the crypto ATMs. Okay. I was looking for this, and actually someone sent it to me while I was live, and I was looking for this. New Sheriff Nanos tells Fox News DNA from a glove did not deliver a match from the FBI CODIS database. Neither did the DNA of, okay, this wasn't what I was looking for, actually. Sorry. I thought it was something I was looking for. So do you guys remember whenever they were looking at the gas station nearby Nancy's house and Tommaso and Anna's house? Those ATMs had crypto ATMs, which was very interesting as well. So there's that. I'm going to show you something else. Deb, good to see you. Thank you, love. I wondered why the report said 1:47 a.m. in-house and left at 2:30. Maybe Nancy was sadly unalived in the house and blood spatter on porch. May not have left alive. Correct. One thing about that, Deb, that I've wondered is if, for instance, like it depends on how they what's the word I could say? It depends on if they seem to think that she left alive, and in my opinion, they're either basing that off video or her pacemaker. Her video or her pacemaker. Whether they've seen her leave alive with cameras or this pacemaker and they turned it off, right? So but they were there 40 some minutes nonetheless, and again, that is a long time. So I wish they would release more of the video, but I'm not sure if they're going to do that or not. She knew something she wasn't supposed to know. Fraud is a big one these days, especially medically related. Can be. So we know that Annie does jewelry and all that. And this person is talking about a neighbor. If you guys remember, the other day they were at a neighbor's house. They were looking at a specific camera. They were on a ladder and all that. I want to read what she wrote. Just a thought. I've watched a live of Nancy's neighbors loading a large amount of boxes in the car. Reportedly, he was dealing in gems. There was plenty of large gems shown in the area. I looked. Could the burglar gone bad and an actual mistake and went to the wrong house? Could Nancy have had any of the gems or jewelry worth a substantial amount? The gems, see, I don't really necessarily think that it went wrong. I think this is again, they didn't take anything, because I've had a lot of people send this to me today, so I kind of wanted to address it. But to me, if they were going there for gems, or if trust me, if you are going to steal something, you're going in there to take gems, and there's no gems, you're going to take something else. You're going to take something else, regardless. If you made a burglary to steal something, whether that's gems or whatever, you're going to take something of value, in my opinion. But nonetheless, not Nancy, Annie is a jeweler, and people know each other. If you're into a certain hobby, well, many times you know other people that do similar things. January 28th to February 8th, 2026, there's all of these just from January 28th to February 15th, there was this many gems and mineral shows in that area, which is quite a lot if you ask me. So I found that interesting as well. Do they know each other? Don't know, but I don't think that they went in there and got the wrong place or anything like that, in my opinion, at all. So I just wanted to run it past you guys on that because so many people had sent that to me. It's unlikely confronted with that at 2 a.m. in the morning. Even a healthy person would find it terrifying. I can't imagine. Yes. Yes, Pisces. One thing, I mean, like the FBI usually knock on your door at 3 a.m. because your inhibitions are extremely low at that time, right? That's when people are most relaxed, most at ease. I don't know, but I do find it weird. From 9:45, she was dropped off, and a few hours later, she's out of that house. I find that very weird. Again, family may have nothing to do with it, but Tommaso dropped her off alone, and that still makes me very weird. Still does. Can't help it. Got to be honest with you. Don't know. It's very weird to me. Nonetheless, right? So, CBS, Savannah's station, if you will, news station, is put out a new video, new theory in Nancy Guthrie kidnapping. I think the people who were hired to do this, in my opinion, main goal is not to get caught now for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just amazing to me that people do this. You know what I mean? Like in 2026, like you could not pay me enough money to first of all, harm a person like that. But second of all, even potentially face the rest of my life in prison. You just could not pay me enough money at all. Like freedom is like the most beautiful thing ever.
Tonight, the Pima County Sheriff tells CBS News that investigators have not ruled out an accomplice who may have entered Nancy Guthrie's home. This, as Sheriff Chris Nano says, the doorbell video of the masked male suspect seen outside Guthrie's front door is the only video they've been able to recover so far from multiple cameras at her home. Authorities also called on neighbors to check their cameras, but nearly 3 weeks into this search, and not a single one appears to have captured anything suspicious. The FBI released this security video.
Now, there's people that is allegedly neighbors that have came out recently and said that they want, them to look at stuff. So I'm not sure about that. I might disagree on that a little bit. Regardless.
Video more than a week ago, and it remains the only concrete view of the suspect. DNA evidence recovered from the crime scene is still being analyzed, but has yet to yield results. The FBI has also visited multiple gun stores in Tucson based on this image. One shop owner says he was shown a list of names and photos.
Based on that video that I saw of the kidnapper, the facial hair that I saw on the video reminds me a lot of these photographs.
This, as 88 Crime has increased its reward to $102,500 for information leading to an arrest in Guthrie's disappearance. The FBI is also offering a separate reward of $100,000. Meanwhile, police have deployed signal sniffer technology, hoping to pick up pings from Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker.
These devices, what happens is they transmit every 2 to 3 minutes, and you're able to pick this specific signal up from hundreds of feet away up in the air and potentially locate Nancy.
And investigators tonight trying to work with the private sector to recover video from the home, but so far, not a single new frame has been discovered. Meanwhile, the FBI calling on the public for help. Anyone with information is asked to call those numbers there on the
let me tell you something. You know, Carlos, I played it the other day. Carlos, the first time they had done a detainment in this case, he came out and spoke again. I still believe in it. Let me turn this music off because y'all might not be able to hear me good when I have that music on. I still believe that the FBI did the federal warrants with that Range Rover and that house. I still believe they'll be back there. I do believe that they have more, but I don't believe. And the only reason I don't believe that is because the sheriff is wanting people to go home. He's wanting the media to go home. So I do think that they have more, but I think they are investigating and trying to collect more, and that's going to take time. I just don't think we're going to get it as quickly as we hoped. But again, I do believe that they will be back. I think it's going to take time for things to come back on that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay. Let me see here. Do I have anything? Okay, I showed you that. Showed you that. What's that? I'm telling you, some people with these thumbnails, they drive me nuts. They make some of the nastiest thumbnails. The nastiest thumbnails. God have mercy on you for doing that shit. Disgusting. Okay. I saw this video on YouTube where it was this video of like it looked like the kidnapper taking out Nancy Guthrie. I'm thinking, go to hell. Go straight to hell for that. And I think that what's holding this up is the DNA. And since we didn't get, I don't think we're getting a CODIS hit. This is going, they're going to find out who it is. It's just going to be okay, I can't say it. Genealogy DNA that's going to come back. It's going to take familiar DNA, and they will find this person. The sheriff has botched this so bad, nobody will ever be held accountable. Not to mention, think about it. The only people to gain anything in this is Annie and her husband, and Nancy is declared dead. Maybe. Oh, yeah, I've got something of Megyn Kelly. Thank you for saying that. 1 second. Where's my little Megyn Kelly at? Okay. Thank you for saying that. Let me show you Megyn Kelly. I love Megyn Kelly. All right, here we go.
The interviews he did, I was like, that's very strange. I don't think I've ever seen like a cop running an investigation until like something devastating happened. You know, like I've seen cops, like a child has died and been tortured, come close to breaking down when they have to tell you this is how it's landed. But that's not at all where we are in this case. And this sheriff is giving interviews to everybody and their brother. And as it turns out, he's been crying like on a dime. And it seems to me to be an affectation, but I'd love to hear your opinion. Watch, we put together a little montage.
What gives you hope that Nancy is still out there?
Wow. You have to have hope. You have to have hope. You can't. Come on, this is somebody's mom. We're gonna find her. We're just not gonna give up hope.
Thank you, Incognito. Thank you, my friend.
We hope she's out there somewhere.
So you still believe this is an active rescue mission at this point?
We hope so.
I know you've been in contact with Savannah, who we know is in Tucson. What is your message to her and the Guthrie family and all the viewers who care so much about Savannah?
Yeah, I mean, he's a little emotional, right? And I don't mind seeing a sheriff break, like cry. To me, that shows the humanity part of it. But he does break quite a bit. And just like Megan Kelly said, for instance, today I was doing a live, a little 2-year-old Genesis out of Alabama. The sheriff got choked up on that. I get that, right? But he gets choked up quite a bit, and he's a flop. Yeah, I agree. Big old flop.
We're not going to give up.
Maybe he needs to take his hormone medicine. I don't know.
We'll get this.
Something.
Sheriff, we thank you for your time. I know you're busy, and I'm going to be praying that you find Nancy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Maybe he's tired.
Zach, what do you make of that?
I mean, I get it. We're in this era of men are allowed to cry and we're, dominating toxic masculinity. But sometimes we need to bring back a little toxic masculinity because I don't need the sheriff running this case to be in tears with every interview. If that were my mother that we're missing and I saw sheriff going around giving all these interviews rather than, focusing on the investigation and then crying in every interview, as much as like, okay, yeah, I have a little compassion for you, but I feel like the family would be deeply troubled by this. Me as just, a member.
Yeah, like as someone, you don't want your sheriff to be too soft. You know what I mean? You don't want him wearing pink. You just don't. You know what I mean? Like you want him to be like, okay, mother chicken, we're gonna fry your ass. Let's get to it. You don't want him to be too soft. It's just the way it is. So it's a little weird that he's having more breakdowns than Mariah Carey. It's getting a little weird. Nothing wrong with the little break every once in a while or whatever, but having more breakdowns than Mariah Carey here, it's getting strange, a little strange. Thank you so much, Levies. Good to see you, my dear. Appreciate you very, very much. Justin, do you know anything about Kayla, the woman in jail? Yes, I do. Supposedly, she's Savannah's cousin. She's not Savannah's cousin. Thanks you for all you do. Thank you so much, Levy, and appreciate you. 1 month, you're an OG now, girl. Appreciate you. That was misinformation that was put out. A lot of people were saying she was Savannah's. She is in no way, shape, or form related at all. Yeah. So, but she's got a big ass history. She does, but no way related. So, thank you so much, Levies. Appreciate you. Thank you, Connie. Oops, what am I doing? There we go. Thank you so much, dear. I love your serious, analytical approach. Thank you so much, Connie. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support. I do appreciate you. Really does mean so much to me, my friend. Thank you.
Of the public viewing this and seeing him in tears just doesn't ring of much professionalism. It seems like he's in over his head. He's either performing these tears or, he's way too invested.
I had noticed the crying in one of the.
I agree with her. I agree. I just got here, but if this is about the sheriff, he is dirty, in my opinion, covering up for someone. I don't know if he's I don't think he's covering up for someone. I just think I think he needs to retire or step down. And, I don't think he's a bad person. I just think that he's all over the place. You know what I mean? He's just all over the place. Yes, you need a Sheriff Grady Judd to solve this. Yeah, I agree. That's what you need. Someone, just some no-nonsense bull. You know what I mean? I agree with that. So there we have it, guys. So that's all I've got for y'all this evening. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really, really do appreciate it. Is it true that the sheriff's brother? Thank you for saying that, because I forgot about that, Mama of Three. Is it true that the sheriff's brother passed the day after Nancy went missing? Yes. If true, maybe that is why he's emotional. Just that is true, and I should give a little grace for that. Yep. Thank you for saying that, because I completely forgot about that, and I should give a little grace for that. But I will say this. We should give a little grace for that, but it shouldn't affect, if it's going to affect another life and death, you probably shouldn't be in front of the camera. It's professionalism. You know what I mean? So, good point. Very good point. His brother did die the day after, and I'm so sorry for his loss for that. But again, I think, this is the thing. Like when things happen in our personal life, it can obviously hurt you professionally. You can take things with you to work or whatever. But again, if it's affecting your job, your mental capacity, you've got to be 100% at all times. And so I don't know. I just don't think he should be there if that's what's bothering him. You know what I mean? Sandwiches, I have no patience for him anymore. For all the lies and recounting, you can't get the time back. Yeah, I agree. And I will say that if it wouldn't surprise me if Savannah's family doesn't speak out about this later. You know what I mean? I'm an Arizona resident. I can voice my opinion. Or you can voice your opinion if you are from Timbuktu. I think I would need to keep busy or I'd never get out of bed. Yeah. Well said, Justin. With all that said, he has the FBI right there to help. But, he's made a lot of disparaging comments about the FBI in the very distant past where I've shown as well. He won't step out, I don't think. I don't think he will. I don't think he will either. Daisy, stay longer. Oh, you're sweet, darling. I've been here 2 hours and 7 minutes of me yapping. Yes, okay, let's see. Sir, my thing is frozen over here. I got to check on my phone. A minute behind. That's rough that he lost his brother, but that's another reason he should let the FBI take over. Pride. Yeah. In Texas, honey, you're exactly right. There is so many cases where I can't even begin to tell you, where you see pride in a lot of these cases, missing child's cases as well, where you would think that, it's like, I can't forget me not. Good to see you. Lovey's house, everyone. Look, yo, good to see you, Christy. But it just seems like it's like there's nothing wrong with handing it off. Like, I appreciate you hand it off and you say, you know what, this is beyond us. We're just not used to something this big. The FBI is not only, nationwide, they are essentially worldwide. They operate, even in other countries for the United States, but not, in other bases and all that. So they're everywhere, the FBI. So They're the best of the best. 98% accuracy rate, right? Thank you for Get Me Not. Good night, Miss Tina. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you so much, honey. You should just take time off. Yeah. They have more technology, more access by far. It's Friday, Justin. Let's party longer. Yvette, good to see you. No, I might go live on J for A here in a little bit or something. We'll see. Make sure to subscribe to my Justin for All channel as well. Love you guys so much. You're amazing. I will be back, Lord willing, tomorrow, and you will too. Make sure you will have a live scheduled tomorrow at some point, 1 or 2 lives. I'm really kind of bummed that they're wanting the media to go out. Pima County did not provide an immediate end date for the restriction. Officials urged drivers to plan alternate routes if possible and to allow extra travel while the investigation is underway. The county said updates will be posted as they become available. For the latest information and any changes to the traffic restrictions, motorists, you can check Pima County Transportation Advisories or local media outlets. Come on. Not good. Not good. All right, guys. Oops, there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Much love, everyone. God bless each and every one of you. Justice for Ms. Nancy Guthrie. Good night. God bless.